Today we're going to do the craziest experiment, going down a giant ramp with no brakes. Will we be able to reach maximum speed, fly off the ramp and not get hurt? Watch right now. If you hit the like button right now, one of these cars could be yours in real life. So let's all hit the like button right now and grab one of these cars. By the way, let me know which car you like the most and let's get started. The first car we're going to test in this crazy experiment is the Mercedes GT 63S AMG. What a beautiful car. Let's get to the starting line and go. By the way, we'll have several prizes. The first prize will go to the car that gets the most damage after landing. The second prize will go to the car that gets the least damage after landing. And the third prize will go to the car that flies the farthest after, of course, the ramp. Well, look, we've got a pretty good acceleration, 6th gear, 340 km/h, but it seems like the Mercedes can go even faster, and I don't even have Nitro boost. Alright, basically, let's just keep going as we are, and now we're going to hit this ramp like this beautifully at maximum speed. And let's see what kind of landing we're going to have now, it seems. Oh! We're as high as a plane. Look, we're flying. I think we're going to land on the wheels. Oh no, not on the wheels. I think we're going to crash hard now. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt a lot. Well, overall, look, we landed fine. The most important thing is that I'm alive and well. Everything is good. A woman saw me, glanced at me for a moment, and then went on with her business. No big deal. Cars fly every day, and now we're going to take a ride in a BMW Z4. I wonder who will show the best result, Mercedes, right? Or maybe BMW. It's this eternal rivalry between these cars. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's watch. Our BMW is already about to shift into third gear. Third gear, 270 km/h. It's accelerating more and more. Not bad. The Mercedes had 360 km/h, I remember the record. And I think the BMW will also reach 360 overall. Not bad. They're pretty much neck and neck. But look, we're only in 5th gear, but it seems like our acceleration turned out better. Look, the speed is 372 km/h. And now we're flying in our BMW and watching our landing, of course. I hope we land better than we did in the Mercedes. Are we even going to accidentally end up in the water? I really wouldn't want to end up in the water. We're watching and we're landing on the sand carefully. Wow, that's something. Well, it looks like the BMW has a lot more damage because we damaged both the front and the back. Well, I don't even know. Help me out with this. Write in the comments later which result turned out better. Brian O'Connor's Nissan Skyline from the movie Fast and Furious. Let's take it for a ride. This is a legendary car. Let's see what it's capable of in this crazy experiment. We took off immediately, not waiting for anyone, and it's accelerating like crazy. Look, 5th gear, now 6th. How is that possible? It definitely has much better acceleration. Look, 450 km/h. That's a record in our experiment so far. Will it reach 500 km/h? Yes, that will definitely be a record. And the most important thing now is how we take off, and we're taking off very, very far, much farther than the previous cars. But pay attention to how we land. So our car wants to land nose first again, which is very bad because I could crash. We're landing right now, by the way, on a house. Oh. Well, listen, overall that's not a bad result because we landed, you saw. Yeah, and actually my character even feels fine. And we have some minor damage in the front, but I think that's nothing serious. The Toyota Supra is one of my favorite cars because it's very, very fast. Let's try it out right now. Alright, let's go. Well, I really like it. Look at how it accelerates. Wow, it's got some speed. Its top speed is 539, that's all. Look, it feels like it could go even faster, but that's the maximum. It's only 5th gear. But look at how confidently it drives. I wonder how it'll fly off. Are we gonna see that now? Okay, a little to the left. That's how you can take it. Oh, let's watch. We've got one flip. I wonder how many flips it can do. By the way, I hope you've already hit the like button. Yeah, because this is the best video for this experiment. Well, I hope it lands on its wheels. I really hope it does. And here we are landing on the building again. How many times are we going to land on the building? Alright, now I need to flip over carefully. This way we've damaged the rear part of the car and pretty badly too. But overall, I don't even know. I'll have to analyze it later to see which car took the most damage. And now we're going to take a ride in the Supersonic. Just look at how cool our Supersonic car is. Let's go. I hope we can accelerate really fast after all. This is the Supersonic. Look, 4th, 5th gear. Wow. 700 kilometers per hour. No way. 800 kilometers per hour. Alright, the acceleration is really strong. Very, very, very strong. And now we're about to take off. Look, 825 kilometers per hour. That's a record in our experiment so far. Now let's take a look at our damage. Probably people from the plane are waving at me right now. Hello to everyone who can see me, and now we'll be landing on the nose again, but that's gonna hurt a lot. The most important thing is that I don't get thrown out of this car right now. Oh, I'm flying out after all. I'm flying out after all. Okay, we've landed right in the dumpster. There are some minor damage to our car, but otherwise I think it looks like a brand new Mercedes G63. A long limousine, let's take it for a ride. I actually really like these cars. You know, even in our previous experiments, they took the top spots. Well, let's see what happens now. Basically, not a bad acceleration. Look, the speed is almost 600 kilometers per hour, and this is a long Mercedes G63 limousine. Not bad. Okay, let's keep watching, keep watching. 5th gear, I think. The maximum speed, yeah, is 600 kilometers per hour. Well, for a limousine, that's really good, and we'll see how it lands. By the way, notice that for some reason we're flying farther than the previous cars. That's really strange actually, even though the previous car had speed. How much? 850 kilometers per hour if I remember correctly, right? So, now let's watch to our landing. I'm flying out. Yes, I'm flying out of the car, and my car is somewhere over there. Let's go back to it now and see how it landed. It's just a nightmare. It got completely destroyed. I can't believe my eyes. The condition it's in, it's an absolute nightmare. Let's move on to testing the next vehicle, a regular school bus. Let's see how it performs in our experiment. But I can already see how quickly it's accelerating. That's very strange for a bus. 5th gear. Are we going to get it or not? 5th gear. No, but our speed is incredible. 850 kilometers per hour, and this is just a school bus. How is that even possible? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. It's just impossible. Actually, I'd be interested to see this experiment in GTA 6. When it comes out, can you imagine what the graphics will be like? What possibilities there will be? What you can see there? It's gonna be insane. Just insane. Our bus picked up quite a bit of speed, and now we're watching our landing. The landing wasn't very successful, but our bus didn't take too much damage. I suggest we carefully get out and test the next vehicle. Here we have a 6-wheeled car, and by the way, this is a car from the future. Well, let's see how it performs. The acceleration is pretty good overall. I'm skidding a little, but look, this is the highest speed we've seen in this entire experiment. 910 kilometers per hour. No way. I'm curious if we can accelerate to a speed of maybe 1,000 kilometers per hour, 1,500, or maybe even 5,000. Of course, I would be really happy about that. Well, let's look at our landing now. How are we going to land? I would really like to land on the wheels, please, on the wheels. No, of course, we're not landing on the wheels. Oh, wow, that's a hard landing. But our car is almost undamaged. Look, there's very little damage. Just a little bit to the hood and a little bit to the rear of the car. One of my favorite cars is the Lykan Hypersport. It always shows the highest results in terms of speed, and just look at how insanely fast it is. Thousands of kilometers per hour. I think it will, yes it will. Just look, this is impossible. 1065. Wow, what happened? What was that? I didn't quite understand what just happened. I didn't even have time to notice what the speed was on the speedometer, but there were a lot of numbers. Maybe you managed to see it, write it in the comments. It's just 340 right now, and I suddenly moved as if, you know, Back to the Future. That's what it's called, yeah. Of course, I don't understand what happened, but I think the Lykan Hypersport really turned out to be hyper sporty. So now we're landing on the wheels. Please land and get 0 damage. Really? We got 0 damage. Oh no, actually just a little bit all in the back. There is some damage, but it's the bare minimum. Overall, I'm satisfied with the result. Police Lamborghini Aventador. Let's start right from the beginning and go like this, carefully, just like that. A long car is still very problematic when it comes to driving, but look at its speed, it's just incredible. We have 1,300 kilometers per hour, and that's a really cool figure. And we're taking off, doing a little flip, and now we'll see what kind of damage we get. For now, Lykan Hypersport is taking a prize spot, the 3rd prize spot. Remember what I called it, that it flew far farther than all the others. So, after the ramp, and now we'll try to land on the wheels maybe. No, we didn't land on the wheels. We do have some damage, but there was no explosion. The Lamborghini Aventador took heavy damage, and most importantly, I survived, and we also have very serious damage at the back. What's this? Oh, I'm a bit stuck. And what's this? I lost the calipers. Now they're just hanging in the air. Now let's take a ride in the Mercedes G63 with this kind of nitro boost. You have to press it just right at the very end. I think now that's speed. That's super speed. Why supersonic? That's how I was able to accelerate. That's what the Mercedes G63 does. I can't understand. Did you see how fast it was? I managed to see the number 3,000, 3,500, something like that. It's just incredible. And what if I hit the nitro again? It's still going. Wow, now that's what I call a car. And it's even pink. How is that possible? And how did I get these wounds? I can't figure it out. Maybe it's just fatigue. Did I hit someone or did something hit me? So let's watch our landing. I want a landing right on the wheels, please. Well, overall, there's not much damage, actually. Look, there is no damage. We just broke the windows, and I don't see any dents, just a few scratches. For that speed and that kind of landing, this is the best result. And now we're going to ride in this kind of vehicle, which is on tracks and has a lot of different automatic weapons. What is this? I'm having some difficulties controlling this vehicle. I'll try to drive from here, but we're having some problems with the controls. I can't figure out how to drive it at all. How does it even work? What's wrong with my vehicle? I can't understand why it's behaving like this. And what if I press the nitro now? Maybe something will happen. Interesting. Wow, that's something. What's wrong with this car? I can't use nitro again, but I'll press it. It's jerking a bit, but I think it's just bugged for me. But you know, that's just a disqualification from the experiment. This car isn't meant for experiments like this, so we're leaving. Bugatti Chiron is also one of the fastest cars in our experiment, and by the way, it's been the favorite in all previous experiments. And now let's see how it accelerates. The acceleration is pretty good. Look, it's already at 1,500 km/h. Will it reach 2,000? I wonder what happened at the very end. I still didn't understand, but we hit something. But most importantly, we took off, and now let's look at our damage. And we already have some damage. By the way, I forgot to remind you, do we have a car in our experiment? If it explodes, it automatically gets the prize for the most damage. And now let's see what kind of damage we'll get. 1, 2, 3, we land very hard. Oh, what happened? What's wrong with my car? I can't figure it out. I ended up in the water in park. Look, my car is in park. Well, I don't know. I guess I just ran into some kind of bug. But we can see the damage together. I think I'll test out some other decent car. Oh, how did that happen? I don't get it. I just left the vehicle and now I'm here. Was I teleported? With my car too? By the way, I can't get into it anymore. And now we're going to take a ride in a long Mercedes G63. And it's not just long, it's also gigantic. Just look at its size. The most important thing is that we actually managed to take off from this ramp. Not a bad speed, 1,000 km/h, but I think that's the limit. Well, you understand the car is very heavy and has unrealistic dimensions. We're doing some small flips. Alright, not bad. Let's keep watching. How are we going to land now? But still, for a video like this, I think it's worth hitting the like button and of course subscribing to the channel if you want more episodes like this. I'll be shocked if we land right on the wheels and don't take any damage at all, really. We didn't take any damage at all? No scratches, nothing finally. My headlight, one is barely working. By the way, do you know where I'm sitting? I'm way down here and the steering wheel is bigger than me. Well, not a bad result. So let's move on to the next car. The next car is the Lamborghini Terzo, the long Lamborghini Terzo. Here's a beautiful car with such a gorgeous interior. By the way, it's for one person only. Let's go and see how fast we can accelerate here. Not a bad acceleration, I really like it, but why does it say our speed is 1? We're in first gear, why is that? And what if we switch to second gear? How can we do that? I don't understand, I just fly off. How fast was that? What was the speed there? What's wrong with my car? Where did I fly off to? No, I have to get back to her. I have to get back to her right now. I won't leave her. Look, she's on fire. If she explodes now, she'll get a prize for the most damage. Because, well, what could happen beyond an explosion, right? Can I get in it? Yes, I can get in it. Great. And let's maybe take a little ride down like this while everything's still fine. Maybe the fire will go out now at least. That would be really good, but I think it's still going to explode on us. I can't drive, but it's not moving at all. That's it, but it's still smoking, but it hasn't exploded. But I think after all, it'll probably get a prize for the most damage. Actually, help me out with this. Help me write in the comments which car won our experiment. Thanks everyone and goodbye.